Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
What time is it? It's time for sweater time. Time to put on the sweater. It's sweater weather. Oh my gosh, stop knocking. Hey, so, I know you're in there, Mom, but, just so you're aware, I'm about to find you. I'm about to stumble into you, so don't worry. We'll be getting to you soon, alright? Now first, who are you? Oh, it's them. Oh my gosh. Rolo, what on earth is that? That ridiculous thing on your head? Oh, this? It helps me think. You're gonna need a lot more of those. Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. The coast is clear? Yep, whatever she's been up to this week, it's been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well. The game is afoot.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes as Rollo strutted across the room.
If I were a Gran, where would I hide my deepest, darkest secrets? Perhaps where you might least expect it.
Rollo flung open the cabinet with confidence.
And knocks it over and he gets crushed and dies. Aha!
Coughed as a veil of dust hit his face.
I think it's safe to assume anything that dusty isn't what we're looking for. Or maybe that's what she wants you to think. Then again, any good detective knows not to trust their first hunch. First hunches are for suckers. Eureka! She's lit a fire in order to burn the evidence. She keeps that fire going every day, Rollo. Drat, it may already be too late. Just think of the mounds of documents lost to ash. Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. Can we just think for a moment? Luca, is there anywhere Gran doesn't want you to go? I can't think of anywhere, no. Yeah, the closet upstairs. So, maybe it stands to reason that we should check there first. No dice, it's locked. Well. Look who stands to reason now. And I have no idea where the key is. If it really is important, then she probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has her berry bushes? Who has ever thought? I am going to take this important thing and huck it in a bush. True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary? Well, she is always worried that I'll break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. But it doesn't matter anyway. I can't reach the latch.
A look of realization crept onto Luca's face.
Ah.
All three kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted and turned toward the kitchen.
I don't get it. I don't know what they found out. What are they on to here? All right, Rollo. I'm probably a little slow. This is your time to shine. Ah, yes. I'm the tallest one here. I mean, you've called upon my expert detective skills. And now I shall proceed with...
Before he could finish, Luca scrambled up Rollo's back.
Ah, nice. Hey, this isn't my idea of detective work. Every squad needs a good lockpick, and every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing. Stop complaining and hold still. Got it.
The three crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss. But the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Impeccability, that's such a big word. Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah, I don't really know what we were expecting. Like, oh hey, let me just yank on this random teacup
Beck
and...
pulled on one of the teacups. It slanted forward with a hollow click.
Wow, what a coincidence.
The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
Dun dun dun. Seems like your gran has been doing some remodeling. How? How? That's so much work for her. Dude, only 2 types of people have secret lairs. Evil masterminds and superheroes. So which one do we think she is? We're about to find out. Ooh. This looks a little evil mastermindy. Okay, so more of an unhinged conspiracist vibe? Oh, wow. Yeah, this cannot be good. We need to look around before jumping to conclusions. A boxing glove, yes. Gran is stronger than she appears. Hey! I've found my new calling in life. Where's my achievement, Xbox? I'm so strong now. Oh my gosh. What's on this board?
A string connected photos of people from the town, interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
So, the people living under the ground are ginormous man-eating spiders, and therefore, all of the people that are seemingly people but not people are actually giant spiders connected in a web. Amazing. Well, she sure has kept herself busy. Is your gran a serial killer? Because I'm starting to get a vibe. Don't be ridiculous. Sure, she's just tracking the movements of everyone in town. Out of the kindness of her heart. She put the little symbols by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Nuncreed has a check mark. The clipboards are all inside a big circle. My mom's are both on here. Both with question marks. Gus Valentine has a question mark. Eris has a question mark that's been crossed out. Mr. Kerr has a bullseye. The killer has chosen her next victim. So, Gran is infiltrating this society. That's what I'm sensing is happening right now. And she was selling or working with the heiress in order to hatch a plan to fight whatever. Okay, let's just keep playing, Curran. We don't know what any of this means. Whatever it means, it's probably not good. Okay, well, search here.
Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter. For a long moment, he just stared at it.
Walter. Trying to remember a Walter in this game. There's a lot of characters. Oh, it's his dad. Looks like some of his old medical files. Your dad was a doctor?
Luca nodded and caressed the label with his thumb.
Well, are you gonna read it? Here, let me help.
Rollo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages. He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
How about you actually read some of it? One sec. Dense documents such as this are a lot like a cheeseburger. You can tell that's what he thinks about a lot. It's best to skip straight to the middle. Of a cheeseburger? Dude, the outside's the best part on a cheeseburger. You got all the layered cheese, and it's like the bun, if it's toasted, is a little crunchy on the... What? Come on. That's where all the meaty bits live on a wrong cheeseburger, okay? Make the cheeseburger correct, thank you. Wow, I had no idea we were in the presence of the preeminent scholar in dense documents. And cheeseburgers. By all means, proceed.
He stopped at a page and mimed, holding up a monocle.
Ah, here we are. Follow-up examination of Terrence Wilby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malaise. Malaise? Yeah, that's how you pronounce that. Body temperature continues to drop. He now describes soreness of muscles and joints. This is similar to the symptoms exhibited by Mrs. Wilby just a few days past. Still waiting on lab results from Joseph.
Rollo looked up with heightened surprise.
See? Creepy. Yeah, that's kind of disturbing. Who's Joseph? That's Mr. Nuncreed's name. Wait.
Rollo's finger traced across the page.
There's more scribbled in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Wilby claims the tap water at his home has been contaminated. Perhaps environmental? Lab results only raise more questions. It's like he came back to this report later and made those notes. So it might be related to something else.
Rollo scanned through several more pages.
Here, the writing looks shaky. I just couldn't help her. This disease, or whatever it is, progresses so fast. And with his wife passing, Terrence's condition follows close behind, exacerbated by the loss. Enough is enough. I need to take matters into my own hands.
Luca, staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
What does it say next?
Rollo rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends. What? There has to be more.
Luca frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Luca, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What did he mean, enough is enough? How did he take matters into his own hands? This is bullshit. Dude, you're about to hit middle school. Yeah, I guess, yeah, okay. Sorry, I was a conservatively raised child. I wasn't saying this stuff at his age.
Luca slammed the drawer shut.
Man. Luca, I get it. You're pissed about your dead dad, but you don't have to take it out on everybody else, including us. We don't want to see that. Gosh, grow up. What do we have here? Barrels marked caution, explosive. And jam jars? That's enough jam to feed the whole town. Explosive jam? What? Okay, I understand why the grocer was acting weird and leaning over and going, yes, jam. What kind of incendiary jam is your gran making? Whoa. She wouldn't have had me walk around town delivering bombs, right? Only one way to find out.
Rollo casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam.
So what I'm thinking is that Grandma gave the big dude, I'm trying to remember his name, I don't know. Grandma gave him real jam, whereas the other two had the incendiary jam. Huckleberries.
He smacked his lips.
A hint of brown sugar and ink? What?
Rollo plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper.
Oh. Aha!
Rollo offered the slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
It's addressed to Mrs. Fratelli. A Grand Jam Graham. A Grand Jam Graham. Oh gosh, I hate it. It says, last night I used the disguise Eris provided to scout the location. The timing window should be possible. Operation Sparkplug is a go. Aw man, are they doing a heist? Whatever it is, it can't be good. So more a bombshell than a bomb, am I right? You're new here, so I'll let it slide. But I'm the bad joke guy around here. Okay, cool. Anything else? Yeah, we already looked at this, right? Pretty sure?
Floated around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
No, have not. Cool, this looks like a treasure map. Not every old map is a treasure map, Rollo. Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Can't fault that logic. Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. It starts at the entrance to town. And if we follow it,
Rollo carefully traced the path with his finger.
it leads right
He
to...
jabbed down at the end point.
Town Square? That's the fountain in the middle of town. What a weird place to hide treasure. Rollo, that doesn't look like treasure to me. The end of the path on that map has the same symbol as those explosives over there. So it's not hiding treasure. A real bummer. Rollo, what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month? The festival. Ugh. Did you just say gulp? I made a gulp sound. Gulp. Did you just say gulp? This feels like a gulp kind of situation. Everyone will be gathered near the center of town. She's gonna blow up the festival! Not if we stop her. Nah, that's not gonna happen. Also, oh no, it's Gran. What was that?
Luca looked up from the map.
What was what? No, I heard it too. That was the front door. Which means someone just shut the door. Which means someone's upstairs. Shh, quiet. Hit the lights.
Beck flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark. Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps.
I'm just imagining Mark hiding from Ethan as he's like doing... Where are you? Where's the boy? Where's the boy? Where's the boy?
The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall. Then suddenly, it stopped.
She's right in front of me, isn't she?
Without realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence.
Oh, it's not him. It's not her. It's him.
Final few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Anyone down there?
The three kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump.
Yoo-hoo! What a weird thing to say. I'm not here to hurt anyone.
Thump.
I'm just here to whisper into your ears, I want some jam. I'm just here to help. Thump. Just thump.
At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
Huh? Guess it's nothing.
Rollo shifted suddenly. Luca gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth.
Rollo, don't.
It was too late.
Rollo, you dumbass.
Rollo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure.
What? Man! Flaming chicken coop? Why did he say that? What invoked him to say that? That's crazy.
With all his weight, Rollo tackled the man to the ground.
Rollo? Mysterious creepy man? Anyone there?
From the dark corner, they saw something move.
Well, I didn't know if I had it in me. But there was only one way to find out. Holy crap, Rollo. That was awesome. Wait, did you just kill that person?
Luca scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
You sure clobbered him good, Rollo. He's knocked out cold.
As Beck flicked back on the light, Luca and Rollo both gasped in stereo.
Mr. Tolliver!
Chapter 7.
Ooh.
The Interrogation of Hiram Tolliver. Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain, they couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house.
No, they don't. They can just let him go. They can just stop this. They can not continue any further and just live their lives as kids. Because that always happens.
After some deliberation, it was decided.
Good cop, something cop interrogation. Good cop, chill cop. We need some bad. We need a little bit of bad in here, but I guess that's not going to work.
They run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
I'll handle this. Just gotta play it cool.
Luca walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times. Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
Golly, I sure got my bell rung.
He looked over to find Luca, who returned a calming grin.
Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. This was all a big mistake. Luca, what's going on here? Why do you have me strapped down? No one's fault, really. Rollo just got a little startled. Rollo's here?
Rollo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Hi. Well, all right. Mistakes happen. You kids gave old Hiram a good scare. Let's just get me out of these ropes and call it even.
Luca glanced over to Rollo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Mr. Tolliver, why are you in my grand's basement? I'm here to help, of course. Help with what? What's my gran up to? If you'll just cut me loose, I can show you. How do I know we can trust you?
Mr. Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Luca, have I ever done wrong by you? You whispered in my ear in a way that made me uncomfortable. No. And since your gran moved to town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah? So why would I turn my back on your family now? It's just... that's a lot of sweat going down your head for being innocent. All this stuff seems pretty weird. A board with names of people from town, an archive of my dad's old disturbing patient notes.
Luca gestured to the corner.
Barrels of explosives. I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. Why? Why can't you explain it just by not having any mobility? You kids deserve an explanation.
Luca looked again to Rollo and Beck. This time they shrugged. Luca began to slowly loosen the bindings. Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's a good lad. I was gonna punch him, just deck him, just... This'll all make sense in time.
He edged imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
Oh, he's about to run for it. You see, this town has secrets, Luca. A very dark past indeed.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
A past that must be brought to...
He punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
Light! Bum, 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 bum. Son of a...
Beck darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rollo confirmed what they all heard.
Shouldn't have played chill cop. Bad cop wouldn't have let him go. He just locked us down here.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep tight down there. And let the adults handle this.
They looked bewildered at each other.
Play it cool, huh? Not now, Beck.
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation. This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luca opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped.
The magical words had to be spoken earlier.
The end.
Wow.
Well, we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement.
Nope. Let's find some more
To
charms.
the drawing board.
Okay. So chill. Rumble. The clouds rumbled. That's another path. Okay. Man, we're getting through this. I feel like we're almost like 3/4 of the way, maybe halfway done. Let's see what happens when the cloud rumbles. Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble with ominous thunder.
You sure we can make it home before this storm kicks off?
Luca surveyed the roiling clouds.
I'd say the odds are good. Maybe you should stay here and I'll just make a break for it.
At that moment, the heavens opened up, unleashing torrential rain.
Care to recalculate those odds? Hurry inside, you two, before you catch cold. Luca, Nellie will keep trying to reach your gran on the phone. In the meantime, you two hold tight. Sorry, not much to do up here. Most of my stuff's still in the boxes. Why don't you pull out video games, bro? Do you have a little TV, video games? No, this is a small town in the middle of a forest. Of course not. They don't have internet. Mind if I poke around? Be my guest. Ah, this is nice and cute and cozy. I miss sleepovers.
Luca bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers. Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime.
Pungent. Ah.
He flipped open the attached card.
Happy trails from Coach Walker and all the Fairview Condors. Boy, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh? Oh, sorry. Was this from your old school? The most recent one, yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards. Some did flowers. When they're really trying to feel good about themselves, they do both. So you've moved a lot. Yeah, that's the thing with having a brilliant parent. There's always a better job somewhere else. These flowers would last longer if you put them in some water. That's the sort of thing I would do if I cared. Well, you cared enough to keep them, is all. Oh, wow. Rollo and I have a radio just like this at the treehouse. Probably not exactly like this one. My mom and I tore the whole thing down to the bolts. Fitted it with some state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. She seems pretty awesome. She gets carried away sometimes. I think she feels guilty for working too much. So when she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech overcompensation.
Luca flicked at one of the toggles.
I bet you can get all sorts of stations on this. Not out here in the boonies. You wouldn't believe the stuff I could pick up back in the city. But around here, it's all farm reports and static. They're gonna hear some signals. Ah, shucks. A microscope.
Luca squinted into
Not
the
a stethoscope,
microscope.
a microscope. This looks wild. What is it? Gum? What? Gum?
Luca adjusted the slide with his fingers to get
Oh, he was looking through and saw gum. Got it. I thought she was calling the stethoscope. Whatever, I'm dumb. I'm tracking the structural integrity of gum with increasing amounts of chewing. Chewed that one for 47 days. Ew.
Luca wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
Yeah. It's weird, I know.
Beck looked down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
You think it's weird, don't you? A little. But weird can be cool. Luca, can I ask you something? Of course. Dang, that was cool. That was badass. Didn't that hurt? I'll be honest. That hurt more than I expected. Well, at least you look cool doing it.
Beck took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
She's a cat, though. She can jump from high places. Do you ever feel alone? Like, even when people are around? Well, Rollo can be pretty absent-minded sometimes. I'm serious. Does it ever feel like your family doesn't care what you want? It didn't used to feel that way. I know Gran loves me, but sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem.
Luca took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
I know the feeling. How do you deal with that? I guess I haven't yet. But one thing my dad told me when I was little: don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. If you try to hold it all in, you're gonna pop. So then, what do you do when you don't know what to do? I just go back and use another word on a little point of splitting divergent paths, and then everything's all good again. Dad never got to that part. Something I've figured out on my own, though. You gotta do something. Anything. Here. What are you doing? I don't know. Something. We're gonna register our complaints with the storm. Listen here, you miserable universe. Stop jerking me around. I just want things to go back to the way they were. Everyone tells me it's gonna be alright, that things are gonna change.
Luca let out a feral scream that echoed into the night.
Every time something changes, everything gets worse. Screw this town. Whoa. Whoa. Let me try. Moving sucks. Moving does suck. I hate it. I hate that I hate it. Why can't I just deal with it and be happy for my mom? Why can't we just stay somewhere?
Ah!
Her voice dropped to a trembling whisper.
I just want to be a normal kid.
Beck brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
There. Wow. I actually feel a little better.
As abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
Thanks. I needed that. Me too. I should head out before the rain starts up again. Sure, I'll walk you out. See you and Rollo at the festival? Sounds good. Luca, don't let the universe jerk you around.
Beck gave Luca a light thump on the arm before heading in. Chapter 5. Friendly Feud. The air was heavy with the hard rain's residue. The smell of wet things.
Petrichor.
Despite his dreary surroundings, Luca felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone. Not even Rollo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rollo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes.
Yeah.
This is what Luca told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
Catch up with Rollo. After rain. Oh, what are you doing over here? Investigating? Hey, Don. Tracking down a lead? You bet. Heard a juicy new rumor. Turns out, when Sharper Valentine died, he left behind a peculiar last will and testament. Peculiar how? He didn't just give his kids an inheritance. There were conditions. Like what? The document stipulated that an heiress had to take on a child as her ward. A kid our age who just showed up to town one night with a lawyer. Solomon? Bingo. So Eris was forced to take care of him. Yup, or she would have lost everything. Why would Sharper care so much about some random kid? Rumor has it, old Sharper sowed some wild oats. That explains the way Eris treats him. Poor Solomon. How did you find all this out? A good reporter never reveals her source, Luca. Good context. Mushrooms. I better not dilly-dally. Gotta get to the treehouse, but I wanted to mushroom. My question is, what's gonna happen in between? Are those the Northern Lights? Where do they live? He met his old friend's eyes and was greeted with nothing but ice-cold anger. Heavens, this is no time for fractured friendships. It's kind of the theme of this one, huh? We're just peeking around. Better not dilly-dally. All right. Excuse me, what are you doing? Just locking up for the night, sir. Oh, wonderful. I can only assume this means all festival preparations have been completed ahead of schedule? Not exactly, sir. The storm sets us back a bit, and it's getting late, so we all decided to... You all decided? Yes, sir. I was unaware that your job involved deciding things. We're all here at Perennial Harvest because we believe in creating a better future, yes? Yes, sir. Very much, sir. Do you want to be the one to tell this town that we failed them? No. That we gave up because there was a little rainstorm and we all got sleepy? Of course not, sir. Good. Then it's decided. Yes, sir. We'll work till the task is done. See that you do. Our harvest awaits. Those techie bastards. Rollo, are you still up there? I'm sorry, Rollo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Why? Come back never. What did he do?
Luca had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times, and it always meant one thing.
You're upset. Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason? I didn't abandon you. I'm just a little late.
Rollo scoffed.
The rain held me up. Liar! You weren't even home. What? The storm got bad and I got worried. So I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to your house and you weren't there. I hadn't made it back yet. I'm not a fool, Luca. It doesn't take all day to deliver some jam. No, that storm rolled in out of nowhere. And I got stuck after dinner at Beck's house.
Luca stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Beck? Dinner? What the heck's a Beck? She's a new kid in town. She's actually kind of cool. You'd like her. She needed help convincing her parents that she'd made new friends. New friends? I spent all day waiting for you, and you were off making new friends? It's not like that, Rollo. You know, while I was waiting, I made some upgrades to mission control. It was gonna be a surprise. But you took so long, the storm knocked it all down. Just like you knocked down our friendship. Gosh, middle schoolers. What does that even mean?
Luca became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
It means you're a bad friend. You don't care about me. Of course I care, you ass. I knew I'd get in trouble waiting so late for you, but I kept my word, 'cause that's what friends do. Oh wow, what a noble sacrifice you made. Easy for you to say. Your gran doesn't even care. You can stay out as long as you want, and you wouldn't even get in trouble. Seriously? You're acting like I chose this? If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad friend.
Rollo's tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Maybe Pa is right. Storms bring more than water. This one brought out the real Luca. Stop quoting your Pa's nonsense like it means anything. Yeah, well, at least my Pa's still around. Damn. Dude. So many freaking low blows, bro. Why do they always target the family? Why do they always target the dead and missing parents? So inconsiderate.
The words hung in the cold night air.
Jeez.
Rollo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line. But it was too late.
Luca, Good night, Rollo. Dang it. Oh, that was rough. Whew. Hi, quick little time jump. It's been probably about a week or so. Had stuff to do. So let's continue this, yeah? We just had a big old fight with Rollo, and we're about to start crying over and over and over again and being a little bitch. Anyways.
Luca dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
A soccer ball! Look at that! I can kick it! Rollo. What a jerk. Call me a bad friend. Ooh, I'm Rollo. Look at me and my amazing family. Oh, buddy. I can just keep kicking it, huh? Oh, this is the best mechanic in the entire game. Oh, dude, catch me doing this for like 5 hours straight. Sorry, guys. There's no more video. It's just this. Do y'all want to just go ahead and watch the next one? I have some good Halo videos. I've been playing Baldur's Gate since like June. I'm just gonna be here doing this for the rest of the year.